everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Nashidatul Muntamah. You can call me Sida, a nutrition student from Health Poltekkes of Semarang, semester 5. On this occasion, I will present about obesity. Surely many of you already know about obesity. So, let's learn more about obesity. So guys, do you know about obesity? Obesity is a condition with abnormal or excessive accumulation of fat in adipose tissue. And for the next is obesity overview. Obesity can be influenced by several factors, namely for the first skin, lifestyle, and environment. For the first is skin. Obesity is thought to tend to be inherited because it has genetic causes. Genetic factors that have a strong role, namely parental fatness. Children who are obese usually come from obese families. The second is lifestyle. Lifestyle such as lack of physical activity, unhealthy eating patterns, and lack of rest can be a cause of obesity. The third is environment. The environment greatly influences a person's lifestyle and diet, including the consumption of alcohol and drinks with high levels of sugar and calories. Obesity will have an impact on metabolic syndrome, which is characterized by abdominal obesity or obesity that occurs around the stomach. Blood pressure is greater than 130 per 18 millimeter mercury, with circumference ratio male is greater than or equal to 90 centimeters, female is greater than or equal to 18 centimeters. Fasting blood sugar is greater than or equal to 110 milligrams per deciliter. Triglycerides is greater than or equal to 140 milligrams per deciliter. High density lipoprotein is less than 40 milligrams per deciliter for men and less than 35 milligrams per deciliter for women. If metabolic syndrome is not resolved, it will cause health problems such as diabetes mellitus, cardiovascular, cancer, strokes, gallbladder disease, and pancreatitis. Classification of obesity. According to WHO, BMI values of 25 to 29.9 are classified as type 1 obesity. BMI is greater than or equal to 30 are classified as type 2 obesity. The next is classification of obesity based on fat distribution. The first is central or abdominal obesity. Obesity is a condition of excess fat under the skin of the abdominal wall in the cavity, so that it looks fat on the stomach. Happens a lot in men. Higher risk of developing metabolic disease. The second is peripheral obesity. Excess fat stored under the skin, in the hip, in the thigh area, and happens a lot to women. Now we will discuss about the etiology of obesity. According to Mexitalia in the year 2009, obesity is caused by an imbalance between energy intake and energy expenditure, causing excess energy to be stored in the form of fat tissue. This excess energy can be caused by excessive food consumption, while low energy output is caused by low body metabolism, physical activity, and food thermogenesis. Hemostatic problems caused by idiopathic factors known as primary or nutritional obesity are the most common type of obesity. And secondary or non-nutritional obesity caused by endogenous factors such as syndrome or genetic defect, the incidence is very small, reaching less than 10% of cases. Pathophysiology of obesity. Obesity occurs due to the presence of excess energy stored in the form of fatty tissue. This disruption of energy balance can be caused by exogenous factors or primary obesity as a result of nutritional deficiency, and endogenous factors or secondary obesity due to the presence of hormonal disorders, syndromes, or genetic defects covering 10%. This process in the regulation of energy storage occurs through afferent signals, which are centered in the hypothalamus. After obtaining afferent signals from peripheral or adipose tissue, intestines, and muscle tissue, the signals are anabolic or increase hunger and decrease energy expenditure, and can also be catabolic. Anorexia increase energy expenditure and are divided into two categories, namely short signal and long signals. Short signals affect meal portions and meal times, as well as being associated with gastric distension factors and gastrointestinal peptides supplied by cholecalciferin or CCK as stimulator in increased hunger. Long signals are applied or by the fat-drive hormones leptin and insulin, the regular energy storage and balance. If the energy intake exceeds what is needed, the adipose tissue increase accompanied by an increase in leptin levels in the blood circulation. Leptin then stimulates the anorexigenic center in the hypothalamus to decrease the production of neuropeptide Y or NPY, resulting in decrease in apeptine. The regulation of energy balance is played by the hypothalamus through three psychological processes, namely control of hunger and satiety, affecting the rate of energy expenditure, and regulation of hormone secretion. Similarly, when the energy requirement is greater than the energy intake, then adipose tissue is reduced and there is stimulation in the orexigenic center in the hypothalamus, which causes increase in appetite. In most obese people, leptin resistance occurs, so high levels of leptin don't cause decrease in appetite. The control of person appetite and satiety level is regulated by neural and humoral or neurohumoral mechanisms that are influenced by genetic, nutrition, environment, and psychological signals. This mechanism is stimulated by metabolic response centered on the hypothalamus. Nutrition intervention goals. For the first, reach ideal body weight, maintain the body weight loss that has been achieved, improve blood glucose, improve blood pressure, and improve cholesterol level. Diet goals for obesity. First, reducing energy intake of at least 500 kilocalories per day, lose weight gradually 0.5 to 1 kilogram per week, increase knowledge about diet with nutrition, 4. Increase physical activity, and 5. Develop healthy eating habits. Dietary terms and principles for obesity. For the first, consume and balanced nutrition diet. Diet with foods that are high in protein, enough carbohydrates, and low in fat. Third, eat on a regular schedule. 4. Consume enough fruits and vegetables, 3 to 5 servings per day. Avoid foods that are high in fat and sugar and fast foods. Consume foods that contain complex carbohydrate that can provide a longer feelings of satiety and can prevent constipation. Example of complex carbohydrates foods are cerealia, wheat, corn, rice, bean, sweet potatoes, and others. Drink enough water, 8 to 10 glasses in a day. Physical activity is at least 30 minutes in a day or for 60 minutes in one time. The following are various types of food ingredients that are recommended for obese patients so that you can choose to use them when planning meals when nutrition interventions are carried out. It is recommended to use complex carbohydrates such as rice, corn, sweet potatoes, cassava, taro, potatoes, and cereals. Source of animal protein should use lean meats such as skinless chicken, fish, egg, smoked meat, low-fat milk, and cheese. For sources of vegetable protein, you can use tempeh, tofu, soy milk, nuts, which are processed without being fresh or without thick coconut milk. The recommended type of vegetable are vegetables that contain lots of fiber and are processed without thick coconut milk. Vegetable can be used as fresh vegetable or boiled. South, you can use a little thin coconut milk. All kinds of fruit can be given except for durian, avocado, fruits that are processed into sweets or prepared using full cream milk or sweetened condensed milk. This is the presentation that I can deliver. Hopefully what I convey will increase your knowledge, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.